Okay, so I've gone over step one, creating this kind of mind map, and this is something that can definitely change over time. Let's get down to step two. Step two is really looking at the purpose of your needs assessment, and the goal here is to define what you need to find within the research so that you're not wasting a lot of time looking at articles that aren't going to be beneficial, because there's going to be hundreds of articles out there. So the more specific you can be, then the less articles that are going to show up in your searches, right? So define your purpose of your needs assessment, not the program. What are you looking for within this needs assessment? And then create a list of questions that can help you find the answers. You know, what it leads to obesity? Why do people not choose healthy food options, or kind of whatever it is? And then this kind of primary, secondary, tertiary level, I feel like it's a little bit too early to really choose that, but go ahead and kind of make your best guess, and then that can change in the future. Step three is gathering the sources, gathering the literature. You want to have 10 credible sources. So these are things like peer-reviewed journal articles. You can use government websites like the CDC or the National Heart and Lung Association, things like that. Blog articles or newspapers, things like that, I wouldn't do. Okay? All you're going to do for me here is just cut and paste some of the important information. It can be very brief. It doesn't have to be big parts. Just to show me like, oh, this is going to be helpful. And then make sure you put the APA formatted citation as well. Okay, primary data, we're not going to do it all. You may not be living within the place you choose. It has to be approved by the IRB before you do anything like that. So we're just looking at secondary data. And then step four is really just a way to kind of help you prioritize what you found. What's the most changeable, but also the most important, right? And that's where we really want to focus our efforts. We don't want to try and change something that's not really changeable. If genetics is playing a huge role and the choices we make aren't really affecting it, then there's no point in us spending our money there. But I'll say this: if you want to, if you find like diabetes is not a huge factor within your area, however, it's something your group is interested in, and there still is a need in your community, go right ahead and choose that. We don't always choose the most important, most changeable. A lot of times, the stakeholders within that area are going to have a big say in it, and so sometimes it may not be that most important. So go ahead and get started on that. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns.